Good evening, everyone. My name is Christopher Dunsford. I am the Customer Support Manager here at OpenText eDOCS. Today we're going to be covering Part 3 of eDOCS Sync and Save. The first thing I want to show you is installing Sync and Save for DM16. eDOCS 16 is not out currently. It will be out at the end of October. That's the target date. So I want to show you, well, actually in the first video I showed you how you can go in and download Sync and Save from our Knowledge Center. Here I'm going to show you that Sync and Save is actually part of the install now in eDOCS DM Extensions MSI. So let's double click here. We're going to click Next, accept the EULA. We're going to install Explorer DM Extensions, Word, Excel, PowerPoint integration. We're going to do the Outlook email integration, linking. What I also want is the viewer. That's already selected. We'll do the client deployment utility. And you'll see that Sync and Save is listed here as well. So I'll go ahead and install that. Alright, I like passive integration for Microsoft Office, so I'm going to install that. One of the reasons why I like passive integration is I can actually get to the backstage options with passive integration so that I can get to my recently opened or saved documents very easily in Microsoft Word and Excel. Alright, and one thing you'll notice also is since DM10 I've been using a Microsoft Azure server. So this is a cloud-based solution for my server, my DM server, and also the indexer. So we will connect over HTTP. I have one server, I don't need FOLB. Alright, it's going to close down Windows Explorer. It's going to install DM extensions, and then it's going to restart Explorer. The reason why it has to shut down Explorer is because of a specific DLL called docshell.dll that actually integrates into Windows Explorer itself. So we are actually going to go through the settings view in this series, in this Part 3 series. One thing after the install, you'll see that DM Sync did go ahead and initialize, and obviously there was no documents to synchronize, but it did look for any and attempt that. So you'll see we have actually nothing listed here, which is fine. One thing I want to point out is that I've talked to some customers, and some of the IT departments say that they're afraid that DM Sync is too hard to use, is too complicated for their users, and so they're not really pushing it out to them. I actually want to show you how easy it is. In the prior two videos, I showed how you can use the interface, the Sync Manager, to monitor your changes, to see what's happening, to see the statuses. You don't have to go that route at all. It's as easy as right-clicking on a folder and adding the Windows folder as a monitored folder, or you can simply go into the Sync Manager and do it that way as well. So let's just keep it really simple now, and I'm just going to right click a folder, and I'm going to click Add Folder to eDOCS DM Sync. At this point, you'll see that my server name is based on the Microsoft Cloud name because this server is indeed hosted in Microsoft Azure. This server is actually in a data center on the East Coast. I'm in Tallahassee, Florida. This should be in North Carolina somewhere. It is illegal. This is my username for getting into eDOCS. So I'll go ahead and type in my password. Now, we are logged into eDOCS and I get a profile form to associate with this Windows folder. So I'll go ahead and fill this out. Background sync is currently in progress. Synchronization is complete. So let's go into that folder and you'll see that we actually had a eDOCS file, a capstone report. This is from my college days. You'll have a couple of PDFs and another eDOCS file. So just like that, those documents are synchronized into DM. At this point, I can go in and start working on these documents. So here I can actually, let's say I want to change this from Capstone Project Cover Sheet to Capstone Project Testing Sheet. And I'm going to select Control S to do a quick save into DM. Now you can see that there's nothing that associates this document with a managed document. We are working natively here in Windows Explorer. So I can make any changes I want to and test here and save these changes, and I'm working natively within Windows. I'm not doing anything in eDOCS whatsoever. However, behind the scenes, these changes are being synchronized to the matching documents in eDOCS. And to show that, I can actually go right into eDOCS here. You'll notice I do get another login screen, and as you remember from the previous videos, this is because once we get the information from the profile, we don't need to keep DM in memory. Everything is done behind the scenes using the eDOCS DM API. And if you have auto logon enabled, you won't get the logon dialog, obviously. So let's go to recently edits. All right, and the capstone report is what we want to look at. And you can see that this is indeed a managed document, and here are my changes that I made locally that were automatically synchronized to DM. So at this point, everything's working fine. You have a monitored Windows folder that any changes made locally are pushed up to DM. Later on, I'll show you how to push any changes here down to your Windows folder. So that's it. You're working in your documents. You're able to just make your changes here locally. Those changes are synchronized to DM. You don't have to interface with the sync manager whatsoever. So you're working all day, you're saving. At the end of the day, you can go home and not worry about it. So that's just to show you that that eDOCS DM Sync is indeed very easy to use. All you have to do is right-click a folder, sync it to DM, and then you can work inside that folder all day and don't have to go into the manager whatsoever. If the manager is just too complicated for some users, don't worry about it, just work in the Windows folder. So this video is to show you actually working not in the actual manager, but setting what the settings do. So just refresh there so that we could see all of our files here in the task stream folder. You can see we only have one folder. So let's go to settings. Let's talk about eDOCS. Check eDOCS DM availability in minutes. What this does is every 2 minutes or longer, what will happen is DM Sync will go out and try to and make sure that we can connect to eDOCS, to the server, make sure that we're not down or you don't have a network connection, things like that. And if it can connect, what it also does is it will look for any changes in eDOCS that for those monitored documents that are in your Windows folder. If there's any changes, like let's say your user A and user B went and modified one of your documents that you're monitoring, then those changes currently won't be pushed down because of this setting here. It's set to no. But you'll get notified that there are changes in DM that require your attention. So you'll get a notification in eDOCS Sync. If you have email notifications configured, then you'll also get an email on that, which we went over that in the previous videos. So that's what that is. It really does check DM availability, and it also checks for any changes to your monitored files. Force override of DM version, I covered that in previous videos, so I won't go over that here. Remove local files after upload. So you'll see that when we actually sync this folder, that this setting was set to no, so those files stayed. Now let's say you're using some sort of scanning solution and you want any documents that you drop into this folder to get saved into DM, but you don't want them filling out the hard drive and you want them gone once they're actually saved into DM. Well, you can set this to yes, and what happens is we'll close out of here, and let's actually create a new folder here, and we'll call this scan for any documents that are scanned. Now I want to go in and I want to add this folder to DM Sync. Alright, background sync is currently in progress. Alright, synchronization to eDOCS DM is complete. So now you'll see that there's no documents in here. And let's say I want to take these two documents and I'll just copy them and paste in here. Alright. Now you'll see that they were there for a minute or a second and then they're gone. So let's go check eDOCS. And you'll see that there they are. Alright, so they've been uploaded into the eDOCS system and they have been removed from the actual folder. Alright, so let's come over here. We can close that. Let's bring up the manager. Go back to settings. So that's what remove local files after upload is for. So we'll change that back to no. Create eDOCS DM folder. So you'll notice that when I save these files to eDOCS that it did not create a folder for these documents. By default, we have that set to no. You can change this setting, and then we can come over here and sync test. Let's see. So we got a couple of folders here that are already synced, so I'm going to add a couple more. So this is going to be folder 1, and then I want a folder 2. No. Folder 2. So what I'll also put in folder 1 is I'll put a subfolder 1. Alright, so I'll take a couple of these files. Let's take these two and put this in folder 1, and I'll go back here and we'll take this, and we'll put this in subfolder 1. Let's go back here. We'll take these two and put these in folder 2. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click folder 1. I'm going to add folder to eDOCS DM Sync. Again, we'll get a profile. And it's going to go in and do the background sync. Let's just switch over to DM to see what's going on. You can see folder 1 here. You can see these documents. Synchronization to eDOCS DM is complete. And you can see that folder 1 has these documents in it. Capstone report, Dunsford, capstone rubric, DM Sync settings from proposal to capstone. So it has all 4 documents that's associated with folder 1. Alright, and let's see. And then this folder 2 only has 2 documents. So let's go ahead and sync that. Background sync is currently in progress. Let's just peek over here. There it is. You can see that folder 2 is now in eDOCS. And there's your 2 documents. So that's how you can actually get folders into, or Windows folders into eDOCS. So let's go and actually there we are. So let's create eDOCS DM folder. Bidirectional sync. Currently it's set to no. This is the default. Basically what happens is right now any changes that are made locally are pushed up into eDOCS. If for some reason there's a change in eDOCS that has not been pushed down to the local Windows folder, then those local settings can't get pushed up. The user gets a notification that they need to take action. Bidirectional sync actually takes into consideration that eDOCS now needs to push these changes down automatically without user intervention. So when you change this setting, what you're going to see is a message that says bidirectional synchronization ensures that any local monitored file is automatically updated or overwritten with any newer version of that document in eDOCS DM. Enabling bidirectional synchronization may result in your edits being overwritten by newer versions in eDOCS DM. For example, if you edit a monitored local document while offline and another user edits the same eDOCS DM document, then during the next synchronization, the version from eDOCS DM will take precedence. This will result in your edits being overwritten. Is this what you want to do? Now, before your edits are overwritten, the sync, eDOCS DM sync will actually make a backup of that document first and then pull the change down in eDOCS DM to your Windows folder. So we're going to say yes. All right. So now let's go in and let's make sure we're good to go. So task stream. So let's actually go to our manage files view, and we're already there. Refresh. So capstone report. Let's open this up in eDOCS. All right, so select a version. We'll go with version 1 because it's the only version. Okay. I'm going to make a test here, and I'm going to say capstone project, another test. All right. I'm going to save this, and we're going to go back here. All right, and this is 222. All right, so like I said, this chain or this setting here, eDOCS DM availability, every 2 minutes, it's going to go out and check for any changes in DM. So currently, I don't have any email settings turned on, but if I did after 2 minutes, I would get notified that this document has been edited. That's if I have the local copy modified. So let's go in and open this document. We're going to say hello world, and we're going to save this. All right, let's close this. Now, I'm going to stop the video now and wait the required 2 minutes and then show you the notification. Okay, so now the synchronization has occurred, and to show you, remember we actually typed another test. So we did that in DM, and let's go here. All right, there's another test. So we'll window this. Let's go to the local copy. And we have another test. So the change in eDOCS was automatically pushed down to the Windows folder. All right, that's bidirectional sync. Sync hidden folders. Basically what this is if you're trying to sync a Windows folder and it has a couple of hidden folders underneath that parent folder, if it's set to no, those folders won't get synced. So typically I set this to no. Some people actually do like to set it to yes. So default profile description. Let me just show you really quickly what I mean here. So let's say we want to sync this folder. So this description right here, this can be overwritten. By default, what you're seeing here is the name of the machine and the name of the user. Oh, don't forget the folder, but the name of the user who actually performed the sync into eDOCS. If you want to change that, you can, and that's done here. So we can call this this folder synced. And then we can go here and let's see. There you go. All right, so that's all the settings here. Let me see. Let me put you on pause 1 second, and I'll bring over a slide of the email tab, and I'll also set the email tab so that we can start to receive notifications. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So what I did is I went into the settings tab and I set the actual email notifications. I set up my Exchange server. I set up users to actually email, including CC. So to show you that in the PowerPoint presentation, here it is. Let's see, view, and actually, so let's go down just so you can see it in a bigger view. So settings view email, you can see that here you check email notifications. You set up your email settings. You can also put in a CC here. You can put in from your subject. I typically leave this all default. Port number, typically it's 25. And your Exchange server here, you'll click apply. You'll get a little bubble that pops up that says those changes have been applied. So that is your email notification, how to set it up anyway. So while I did have you on pause, I just tested it, and let's go to the Sync Manager. When I tested it, what I did is I opened up the capstone report. I opened up the local version by clicking here, and then I opened up the DM version by clicking here. I made a change in the DM version, and then I pressed save. While the local version was open, I made a change and pressed save. So when I did that, I closed both of them. I click refresh, and then this notification appeared, or the status change appeared, where it says DM version is newer by administrator. Because yes, we tried to synchronize up to the eDOCS. The Sync Manager saw that there was a later revision in eDOCS, so it couldn't make that, it couldn't upload those changes, and it tells you now. But instead of the user having to do anything, as long as you wait the required 2 minutes, then eDOCS, or as you were, the eDOCS DM Sync went out and checked those and checked for those changes in eDOCS, and it pushed those down to, or pulled those down to your Windows folder. I actually got an email notification that those changes occurred. Let's go, and I will bring that email over. All right, so here we are. And we'll just set this up. Actually, and while this is connecting, I'll put you on pause one more time. All right, well, here you have it. I double-clicked on that document. I set up my Outlook profile, and you can see that today's date, at this time, I got an email from eDOCS DM Sync, updated documents report. Some of your local monitored files have been updated with newer versions from eDOCS DM. Those documents are, and it has the actual document, who edited it, and edited on what date. Then to retrieve the originals, go to this location. So you can see, and actually let's go ahead and go out to that location and see what's been backed up. So you can see this location, there's actually capstone report Dunsford. Let's see what change was here, or what edit was here. This is Capstone Project Local Test. Let's go to the, okay, so just remember that, Capstone Project Local Test. Let's close that, and let's go to Sync. Let's refresh. Let's open this one. And this was Capstone Project Hello World. So the change I made in eDOCS got pushed down to my Windows folder, but before it did that, it realized that there was pending changes in this document. It did keep the eDOCS copy as the master copy, so it overwrote, well, I wouldn't say overwrote, it backed up my local copy first and then overwrote my local copy. Now, one thing to note is that if there are no pending changes in the local copy, then it's not going to back up those documents. It's only going to back them up if there is a pending change. I guess I should say pending sync, right? So we can close out of here, and we can dismiss that. All right. So let's go and see where we're at. So that's the settings view, that's email, and you already saw email notifications. Log file view, if you're having any issues whatsoever with eDOCS Sync, you can go to the log view. Log view is here. You can see I haven't been logging anything. By default it's turned off. So to turn it on, you just click on log events, give it about 1 to 2 seconds, and you'll see it generates a log file for you. You can see your running processes currently. You can see installed services and the assembly version of dmsync helper.dll. And let's go and do something so that we can actually get something showing here. So let's go here and let's launch the second one. Oh, we don't want to do that because that's the PDF. So let's close that and let's go to the evidence here, and we will type test. We'll save that. Let's close, refresh, and you can see based on the edit date that this actually occurred. Now let's go to log and let's scroll down, and you can see that we actually have things that have happened here. This is the dmdoc.update. We're updating the timestamp. Here's the version ID. Here's where we're updating the XML file, etc., etc. If there are any issues, then these link labels will become active, and then you can click on first alert, next alert, previous alert. So that's the log view. So just to show you how all of this is being managed, we actually have an XML file, and that XML file is basically the heart and soul of eDOCS Sync. So I'll take you there. Let's actually go here, and we'll do %app data %. We'll go to open text dmsync. So here it is right here. We're gonna edit this document. So whenever you add a monitored folder, whenever documents are added to those monitored folders, all of that information is kept here. You'll see your folder, the path, the library, the username, the DST. Now, a key thing about the DST here is this is double encrypted. So we automatically encrypt it in eDOCS, and then we double encrypt it in eDOCS Sync. So we also have profile items, basically what is associated with this folder. You know, the document name is task stream, here's the administrator ID for author ID, and any content or documents that is added to this folder is going to use these settings. So then you have, so those are folders. Then you have your files and the path and the document number, version ID, last edited by. Last edited by will have a value whenever there are changes in DM that haven't been pushed down yet because there needs to be an action or because the required time hasn't passed the 2 minutes. So that's your DMSync.xml. If you want it to start over, like you don't want any of your folders to be monitored, you could come in to the sync manager, and I've showed this before. You could come here and right click on here and say click on remove folder, or you can click this link to remove the folder. Alternatively, if you just want to remove that information from DMSync, you can close DMSync, and you're going to have to go in and exit it as well. Then you can go into here. You can make sure you leave the first line, but you can come in and copy all, or actually highlight all of that and then press delete, save this file, and then there's no information in here. Alternatively, you can come in here and delete this file altogether, and then you can come into DMSync, and you'll notice that it starts right up. There are no folders here in its view, and you'll see that let's go back to our DMSync folder. You'll see that a DMSync.xml got pushed down, or recreated. So that's an easy way to just get rid of everything if that's what you want to do. So the next thing that we'll go over is the second feature, really, because if you remember from the first video, we have DMSync and save, whereas DMSync is one feature and DMSave is another feature. They're just kind of combined into the MSI. I'm not going to go over that for this video. I think we've covered a lot in this video, and what we'll do is I will come back with part 4 and show you DMSave. So until then, I will talk to you guys later. I had a lot of fun with you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.